We're actually seeing the stock rising today just a little bit, but what exactly is it that is seeing optimism from investors, do you think?
Well, as you mentioned, I think the preliminary earnings in the fourth quarter were really disappointing. The operating profit came at 2.8 trillion won, which is 35% decline from a year ago. This is far worse than the 14% decline that analysts had expected earlier. So, quite obviously, a lot has to do with the chip business. We don't know exactly which division of the semiconductor business was the trigger for this. Memory chip industry is widely known to be on the recovery path, but we don't really have a full picture yet because the company has not given the full earnings today, and then only the divisional performance will be given to us by the end of this month. But having said that, I think there has been some optimistic signals in the Korean exports and production data. That the memory chip business is really the output, and the exports are really on the rise. So maybe those are the early indicators that maybe the worst may be behind us.
They're also counting on the lineup of new devices and phones. We'll get more details as they're unveiled in the US market later on this month. But how likely is that going to drive the growth, given that we're seeing already weakness and worries about Apple iPhones?
Yeah, absolutely. The Samsung created a lot of buzz at I think the summer of 2023 when they launched the Galaxy, the latest generation foldable phones. But we really don't know. We don't really have a really clear picture how much the sales are happening, how much shipments are happening. They had big plans for the foldable phone sector. They are the pioneer of the segment. We really don't know, but we are hearing from the analysts that maybe the foldable phone shipments at the end of the quarter has not been as much as expected. So I have a feeling that the Samsung would like to really regenerate the buzz by launching this new so-called AI phone, the new generation flagship phone that they are going to launch on the 17th of January in California. So it's likely to have a lot of new features of AI, but we shall see whether that's going to live up to the hype.